having that topic come up, though, makes me feel like maybe we should jump right on down to number 4 on the agenda, which is the forming of the Community Impact Panel to oversee Water District Office business and the water treatment operation.
They probably won't listen to you, though.
My name is Beth Bain, and my husband was chairman of the Rural Water District for over 11 years, 10 years ago. He had, at the time, and I know you all are having sorry water, and I know things are a problem, but there's 2 main issues here that we have to look at that have to be solved immediately before we can even step forward. When John was on the water board, you have a thing at the plant that shows how much water is produced. You get your bills in, you find out how much water you're getting paid for. They told him it's always an average to lose around 20%. 10 years ago, the water district lost between 49 and 62% of the water. Now folks, we can go on these wells and we can do whatever we want to, but when you're losing over half of the water that you're making, and not to mention, I can about guarantee that we have added 200 to 300 more people on this water system. Those wells were drilled over 40 years ago. Though they say that they are sustaining, they may be, if we can keep our water loss under 30%. So this is where our problem lies. It lies from lack of knowledge, from people not knowing where the water lines are at that are actually working in the water office right now. Me as a landowner, I own 4 strips of land. I know exactly where my water line runs on all of them. And I think one of the things we need to do tonight is everybody who has land, has a meter, needs to go out there, and if they don't know where their water line is, I will find out for them. And I will help you walk your lines. We've got to stop the leaks before we can even begin the problem. We have got to stop that. So therefore, if we can all band together and all get on our property and know, and I'm saying, if we have elderly people, they've always said, if the water leak is on your side, you're responsible, their side, they're responsible. I know of one leak, just one, only because I drive past it every day at church. It is at a meter, literally at a meter. It sits in water 24/7 for the last 9 years. I've turned it in, I've turned it in, I've turned it in. They tell me it's on the other side of the meter. Well, that's okay. Well, then it's time to get the blasted thing fixed because it sat there for 9 years leaking water. Where do we start to take responsibility and have some knowledge out there? And this is what we need to do. We need to get people who are out there who can stop the leaks. Number 2, for those who have sorry water pressure, I'm going to throw this out there. John and I, are the last resort in the wintertime. Now this just has nothing to do with that we're running out of water because we're droughty. Our water is sorry 365 days a year. It doesn't matter whether it's raining and we've had 50 inches of rain, or if it ain't rained a bunch.
Or we don't have any.
Or we don't even have water. Now there's no excuse for that. So one day I told John, I said, hey, it's been 2 months and we're still hitting our head underneath our shower head against the wall trying to get underneath to get showers. I said, go pull the meter. Let's just go pull the meter and see if it's plugged. Finally, we went out there and we pulled our meter. People, several years ago, some chemicals got mixed wrong that ate out the filter of these filtering beads. They're little white beads. They're not very big. My meter was plugged with them, plugged. We took the meter literally off the lines and we pounded out these little white beads, made a pile about this big. And like I'm saying, these beads are not very big. People, if you don't have water pressure, I'm about sure as I'm standing here, your meter is plugged with these little beads. Because when they found out the screens was not in their filtering, holding those beads up in the filtering system, they got washed down our lines. Now my mother doesn't have problems, and as you know, she lives right behind me. Her meter sits off the road and down just a little bit. She has no problems with water pressure. When I don't have water pressure, she's got it. But mine sits up right on the main line. So therefore all them beads got washed down the water line, and they just always, and because they're in our system and in our line, they plug. So that is something I am going to put out there for you people who don't have very good pressure. We need, and all you have to do is request it. And good God, sometimes it takes an act of Congress to get somebody to come out there. But, you know, dump your meters. That will help possibly with your water pressure.
How long ago was you talking about this chemical getting in there?
This happened about a year and a half ago because they came by and they flushed all the hydrants, and I have a flush out point near my house. And when they got done flushing, there was a bunch of this white crap laying all over the ground. And I went and I said, what is this? And they said, I said, what is this? They said, this is a filter in beads, and somehow all the beads got washed down the lines. So here we
actually what happened is they were supposed to put 5 pounds, and they put like 50 pounds.
Well, there you go. Well, it's, you know, so anyway, here we go. That's why my meter is plugged. So now ritually, every 3 weeks, my husband and I pull our meter, we knock it out, and we hook it back up, and we have water pressure. Should we have to do that? No. But as a community member and stuff, I'm going to go to that length because I want water. And the thing that, like I said, we've got inept things going on, and I know the headache of which my husband had to put up with being on the water board. You have people talking to you that tell you you need to do this, then you turn around and contact those people, they send you down another line, then they send you back, and then you don't get approved, then you're out of compliance, then you can't get this, you can't get that, you talk to an engineer, I'm telling you what, it's a Mickey Mouse outfit. Not so much on the, but on the big thing. My husband got off the water board because of that fact. He said, we talked to an engineer, and he said if we just give him $5,000, he'd let the problem go away. He says, I'm not going to be a part of that stuff. If they're not going to come help us, I'm off. John resigned off the board. This was 10 years ago. Since then, things have not improved any. And our field maintenance has not improved one lick. And I'm just saying, my concern is we need good water, and those wells are good water, because when I first moved here, we were on those wells. They are good water. The only reason why they ate up our stuff is because they didn't realize they had to send air in there to agitate the water to get the rust or whatever was causing our corroding problem. They know that now. But are those 4 wells going to be able to handle however many 400 people are on the water line, on the water district now, prior to that? I'm willing to help you all out, but I will find where our water lines are at, and if you need somebody to go down through there and walk your property, I will do that. I will help you out.
Can you give us your phone number?